My name is Alicia Laxson, and I'm the owner of Sequim Acrobatics. Why did I start Sequim Acrobatics? Well, because I've always wanted to be in the circus. I was a competitive gymnast as a child. I did martial arts for my early 20s, and I loved both of those things. And I always wanted to be involved in something like that. So I did as an adult, but there's no way I could have started a competitive gymnastics program, which is what I was the most familiar with. Like most kids who wander through these doors, I was upside down all the time as a child, hanging off the couch, the bed, flipping around. My parents were like, okay, we gotta harness this energy somehow. I think in general, parents sometimes see those same attributes in their kid, and that's what triggers them to walk through the doors. Our first location was a really small, it wasn't too small, but it was upstairs in an old theater right in the center of town. We shared the space with 2 other groups. So every single time we would have a class, we would have to put our mats down and then put them all away. So the next place we got was not a lot bigger, but it was all ours. It's incredible to me, almost all of this is word of mouth. We just had a really strong foundation and families who really appreciated us being there, and kids who loved it, and they told everybody else about it. I have 2 coaches, Coach Logan and Coach Mia, who both started out here as students. As they got older in high school, they both started volunteering and helping with the little kids. They're also coaching as well.
My name is Mia Underwood. So I started as a student when I was 11 years old, and then I started helping Alicia when I was about 14 or 15, and then I started teaching my first class by myself when I was 18. This was my first experience with either dance or acrobatics or gymnastics. I did soccer before that, so I was not very flexible at all, so it was a big jump, but it was a lot of fun.
My name is Logan Laxson. I am a coach here at Sequim Acrobatics. The kids refer to me as tall boy though, since I'm the tallest of the boys. Acrobatics has always been a part of my life. Even before my mom opened her own gym, she was teaching classes at other studios. And if I wasn't participating in them directly, I was in the room waiting for my mom to get off work. So it's always kind of been around me. And I'd say in the last 5 years, I really started to appreciate it more and become way more involved in this sport that's such a big part of my life.
Safety is super important, of course. We work really hard to make sure that students are warmed up properly to do skills. As a coach, part of my role is making sure that our students stretch enough so that they're safe when they are working on skills. It really depends on whether they're a beginning or a performing level. Things are quite different. Beginning levels, we work on a lot of individual skills. Performing levels, there's a lot more partner and showmanship and teamwork that we do.
A lot of making sure people feel safe doing these really difficult and scary skills is trust. Whether it's between a coach and a student or between student to student, trust is the most important thing when it comes to safety. They're doing partner skills and pyramids where they have to rely on people and they have to be responsible themselves to make sure no one gets hurt.
Coach Logan has so many skills besides coaching with visuals and music. Coach Mia is doing an amazing job. She does a ton of choreography, but she's really taken to costume design, and it's amazing. She's come a long way, and she's just getting started. So, I mean, who knows what next year is gonna look like. We do things like demonstrations during festivals, the irrigation parade. But the main thing, our main focus is our show every year. Kind of always had this mentality of wanting to be in something that was more of a creative way to express, the acrobatic part of gymnastics. And I liked the Circus Olay type of storytelling.
Alice was a big transition point for us. We switched from doing something that was more recital-based to an actual themed show.
I love how acrobatics allows you to express yourself. It's different from any other art form or sport where you get to be creative and almost paint a canvas, but with your skill set.
We want to put on performances, and we want to put on performances that everybody wants to come see and not think, oh, this is some sort of recital every year. They're like, ooh, I can't wait to see what they're going to do next year,
For me, being a coach means making sure the kids have fun, ultimately. It's incredibly rewarding when you see a child succeed or nail a skill that they've been trying to get for months. It's a big dopamine rush, feels real good.
It's super rewarding when a student finally gets something that they've been working on. It's just one of the best feelings in the world, and all of the kids in the class get super excited too, and it's just really nice to see them succeed at something that they've been working at.
Advice I'd give to a new student starting at Sequim Acrobatics is just take it one day at a time. You're not going to be doing crazy skills your first day. That's why we're here, to help these kids establish a good toolbox.
The biggest challenge that I see for students across the board, both performing levels and beginning levels, is dealing with fear and learning to trust their own capabilities, but also trust us as coaches.
Part of the anxiety of being a new student is thinking that you're already supposed to know how to do something. It's a little bit like people thinking they have to be in shape before they go to the gym, So it's like you're there to get in shape. And, it's something I just really drill into them, like, you're not supposed to know anything. That's our job. We're going to teach you. That's what you're here for. So it can at first feel a little intimidating for them when they walk in the door and they think, well, I don't know how to do a cartwheel yet. Well, you're not supposed to know. That's why you're in a beginner class. We're going to teach you. So you just have to keep reminding them that they're in the right place and they're doing a good job.